On your way there, though, how would you spot a Neanderthal if you saw one on a bus?
He'd be the one who comes and sits next to me. Nearly always.
Yeah.
He's the one already sitting next to me because I'm married to him.
This is going to be the humiliate my husband show.
Yeah, he doesn't watch this, it's all right.
Oh, fine, OK.
He doesn't really understand it.
Is he the one looking at the wheels going, what the hell?
They've got the lump and great forehead, or is that the Cro-Magnon?
Well, the point is, actually, we'd be very hard put to tell the difference
exactly
if they wore a T-shirt. Admittedly, you'd say, well, it's an unusual looking
that's
person.
our producer.
Yes, but if you imagine... if, and I dream of it, we shaved and dressed our producer one day, popped her on a bus... she might look like a normal person. The point is that they...
So far, we haven't.
No, we've not managed that yet.
He looks like...
Is that a model?
That's a model of how they might look. Unfortunately, we think of them as incredibly stupid, but they had religious rites, they buried their dead, they made ornaments. At one point, we were one species that diverged, and these two branches of humanity lived in Europe. In fact, Neanderthals lived in Europe for 4 times longer than we ever have. They had a long period of living there.
And did we cross over?
We did cross over, and no one quite knows why they went extinct, whether we bullied them, whether we outsmarted them. They were stronger than us.
Right.
We invented the bus, though.
We did They didn't invent the bus. You can't get on that one. But about 1 to 4% of our DNA is Neanderthal, so we crossbred.
So were there ever, for instance, Homo sapiens who married Neanderthals? You imagine a wedding like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a punch-up in a car park.
Yeah. Go to Basildon any Saturday night.
I'm glad you said that.
Sorry, no.
I just want to tour again one day.
Resident of Norfolk.
Yeah. But no, the fact is, yes, you're right. I mean, there was interbreeding. And there are many theories. Some think that we, Homo sapiens, as it were, kept Neanderthal girls as sex slaves, but it's very possible it was the other way around, because they were stronger than us. But certainly there was a lot of interbreeding, but for some reason they died out.
Probably the first genocide, first of many that we proudly executed over the many centuries.
Maybe we just teased them to death. They couldn't take it anymore.
Wonderful.
I know I'm ugly and stupid.
So politically incorrect.
Oh, I can run fast. Oh, you're really good.
Why are they called Neanderthal?
Is it an anagram?
Probably is. Anagram of leather dant.
Leather Dan. Leather Dan.
But no,
That's a period in time, isn't it?
no, it's not actually. It's just simply a valley near Dusseldorf in Germany where they were found Neanderthal. There were many other... Can you name other species?
I do like the idea, though, of having
Homo
another
australis.
species of human that is just a little bit stupid, but, you know, friendly, and lived with us and were quite happy just to do all the jobs and stuff for us.
Well, it's Brave New World, isn't it? Exactly, the
I like the
gammas.
idea of it, I have to say. I mean, I'm not a nutter or anything.
No.
But I like the idea of... Who wouldn't mind, either? They'd be very simple
And could be your sex slave.
obliging.
Yep,
Yeah.
Can we go back to sort of the picture of the man that looks like a gnome?
Oh, yes.
Where's
the producer.
Yeah, I don't really fancy that as a sex slave, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not being overly fussy, I just think...
Yes. Bearing in mind, though, Jimmy, this is before the invention of electric light. You know, it's gloomy.
Yeah.
Be in a cave.
It's cold.
You be in a cave, it's cold.
Have a few beers, you'd be fine.
He's quite a friendly-looking bloke, isn't he, really? For a Neanderthal.
Yes, definitely. But if you gave him, and when I say him, I mean a Neanderthal man, a tracksuit and a haircut, he would attract no more attention than any of the other nutters on the bus. But now it's time for a round of quick-fire hypotheticals.
Quick-fire hypotheticals!
So, all you have to do is tell me the first thing that comes into your head, basically, all right? It's a quick-fire hypothetical question. Let's say you found a fallen tree in the forest, right? Obviously, it fell down before you arrived, but did it make a sound as it fell?
Ooh,
No. Well, no one's going to say yes.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, do you know where this question comes from, as it were?
It's a
Bishop
famous
Berkeley.
Bishop Berkeley, yeah.
philosophical question, isn't it?
That if there's no one to hear a sound,
Is there a sound?
Is there a sound? It depends so much what you mean by sound, doesn't it?
Well, there isn't, because sound is the vibration of the eardrum. There is no sound
Is it?
if there's no one to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends, though, because part of the definition of sound is that there has to be a recipient for the sound.
Yeah.
Isn't there? There's the thing that makes the noise, and there's the transmission of the noise, and there's the reception of the noise.
Yeah.
But if there's no reception of the noise, then maybe the noise doesn't exist.
Other things are still vibrating, but whether that vibration counts as a sound or not is
But then the forest
That's the
ever
definition
empty.
of sound, is what happens in the ear. There isn't any sound if there's no one to hear it.
it's a mooty point.
If there's a speed of
Yeah.
sound and it's only what happens in the ear, well, how do you get that speed between that and your ear?
Do you know,
Maybe by the time that tree's fallen, you got there, that sound's halfway around the world and making someone else very nervous. Ah!
So, Stephen, are you sure about this?
Well, no one is sure. That is the point. That's why it's a hypothetical. No one knows. I mean, to a semanticist or a neurologist, they may say that sound is that, but to a physicist, they would say the propagation of sound waves is sound. Whether or not there is an ear to vibrate, it is a sound wave. And if it's a sound wave...
I disagree that they are sound waves, because if you go...
You may disagree, but you're welcome to. But you're not...
Vibrations,
you're
but they
not
only become a sound wave when there's an ear to receive it. It's rather like... Do you remember we talked about a thing that really astonished me? Did you know that light's invisible? It's the most extraordinary thing. If you, in a dark vacuum, if you shoot a beam of light across the eyeballs like that, you can't see it. Because
Yeah,
you
but
can
what
only
about
see what
sound?
light hits. And it's the same thing, but people said, but that's a stupid answer, because the definition of light is something that goes into your eye and is then received. Until it does that, it's not light.
But we have all kinds of things like not ears, for example. Are you saying that it's not sound if it registers on a recording device that is left there without a human there? That it's bending the needle of a recording device? Does the machine not hear? Is it not a sound wave that is actually causing the machine to register?
Well, but in Bishop Berkeley's... So
I talked about you, not about Bishop
okay.
Berkeley
Yes.
entering a field. The point is, it's not as simple as just to say yes or no. That's why it's a good question. It's a good question. We would have unfairly forfeited someone who said yes just as much as somebody who
I
said
thought
no.
you said there was no right answer to this.
There is no... That's why I said there is. That's why it's a good question. There is no right answer. So your yes and your no are both... That's
I bet it made a
So
head
whatever I said, it would have been...
Yeah, I'm afraid
So
so.
if the tree fell down and there was no one there to see it fall, it should still be upright.
Very true.
My only conclusion.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Alan, are you keeping well?
Yeah.
Instantly reduces the value of a house in America by a third.
O.J. Simpson lived there.
Third.
Is it a tornado cutting it into thirds?
2/3 of it is on one side of the San Andreas fault.
I may say that what it is nonsense, but it's the kind of nonsense that Americans, unfortunately, quite often seem to believe in.
Like it's,
it's a
whether or not
portal
it's
to
near to a
God.
drive-in.
Portal to hell.
Well, kind of.
It's buried on a graveyard.
Haunted is the right
Haunted.
answer. Haunted. Obviously, it won't be haunted because
There's no such thing as ghosts.
no such thing as ghosts, exactly. But the point is, the stigma of haunting is enough. If it's merely mentioned or that people seem to believe that there are ghosts there, then it will
I
reduce...
told you about the haunting.
Yeah. told me about the
There
ghosts.
should be ghosts everywhere. I mean, so many of them. There should be ghosts. There should be
course there
dinosaur
should.
ghosts. There should be cow ghosts.
Exactly.
Sheep ghosts.
Yes. I know, that's
Worm
the
ghosts.
point.
Yeah, dinosaur ghosts. That's
Yeah.
a brilliant idea.
Tons of them. There should be stromatolite ghosts, rocks that used to live in the old days.
Anything like that, exactly.
The most plausible thing I ever heard on the ghost front is the idea it can be the atmospheric thing like a lightning bolt or something. It's because of a peculiarity in a magnetic force.
Yes,
and these
no, you're
people are
right.
unaware that they're ghosts, and that's why they appear to float or walk through doors, because as far as they're concerned, the door isn't there. And I can kind of... I can kind of buy that.
This is
I can buy that
yeah.
people's brains are affected by magnetic fields, and there are certain circumstances where it is quite common for people to feel chill and dread and to hallucinate and indeed to die, and this is quite
Yeah,
common
what
in
a night
houses.
that was.
This is quite common. And that's carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh.
From bad gas
Heaters,
boilers
yeah.
and so on. And it causes all those symptoms. But as for dead people coming back, no.
There should be dead cows. No one ever says.
Exactly.
And,
I so agree with
the
you. I'm with
meatpacking
you.
district in New York.
Yeah, why do you draw the line? Suddenly it's only human beings.
Because if you're passing a field and you see a cow in it, you don't say, that's a ghost. You say, they by and large won't turn up.
If you saw it in your house, you would.
Yeah, if you saw it in your house, but cows aren't going to be in the house.
They are, because they've been turned into
Houses are built on all kinds of pieces of land.
Please, I'm not advocating for the ghost party over here.
I love the idea of the ghost party. Whoa! All the parties are they're just scaremongering. Very good.
First appearance of the pipe. The pipe in high definition for the first time.
High-def pipe.
What happened to pipes? That's where they went.
I love pipes.
Would you like to meet the last ever winner of the Pipe Smoker of the Year? How do you do?
My answer is going to be no.
Did you affect a pipe for a period?
The first QI was about to start as a series, and I was asked to do some press for it. And I left the house to go to wherever it was this interview was. And I suddenly realised I had no cigarettes. And in those days, I was a smoker. And I thought, and I just saw a pipe and some tobacco. And I thought, I'll grab that, put it in my pocket.
You just saw pipe just lying there in the street?
No, in my house as I was leaving. And 2 days after the Independent article opened, I was asked if I would be the pipe smoker of the year. Would you accept it? I said, yes. Yes, absolutely.
It confers a kind of respectability, I think.
Well,
a trustworthiness.
I never think you can truly give directions without a pipe, and that's why I envy you that, Bill. So,
Yes.
No, really.
Oh, well, yeah.
Could you tell me where the station is?
What do you do?
And recognising a friend. Great job for that.
I think...
Now, a good haunting can knock a third off the value of an American house. Describe the arrangements for moving a house in the 4th largest island in South America. Oh.
The 4th
largest island in South America.
Look at your tats.
I know, I've got them covered up at the moment, but they are...
I can tell you the 3rd largest.
Go on, then.
I know. Well, they just get it in a van and go. What the hell is the 4th?
The 4th largest island, well, if I tell you its name, is Chiloe.
There'll be a boat. Oh, that helps. What?
There are the people of Chiloe, the 4th largest island. It's off the coast of Chile.
Well, obviously, they get a yak first.
That's
2 yaks.
Actually, they call it a yunta, which is like a team of cattle. The point is, when they move house, they literally move house. If they have a haunting, for example, there's a bad spirit, rather than just leave the house and build a house somewhere else, they move the house thinking that the spirit will stay behind. And we can see, I think we've got VT,
This is the...
them moving the house. Look, here they go. That's the yunta, and they've got logs, and there it goes.
And that's because there's a ghost inside.
There's a ghost inside.
What if the ghost can travel with them?
But apparently the ghost doesn't.
The ghost goes, I'm still here. Oh, bugger, put it back.
Apparently it doesn't. Apparently the ghost gets left behind going, what happened?
You could shoot me. Does the cows have any idea where they come
Or
Or all the houses just at one end of the field? Where the best grass is.
Possibly.
That is an adventure movie, isn't it? That just looks
It's
fantastic.
Fitzcarraldo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very writ small. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's Die Hard with a cow.
Or...
The guy in the window's going, I want to stay here! The person at the door's going, what the hell? He just came down because there was a rumbling.
It's quite a sight. Apparently tourists come from Chile to watch it. And the ceremony is called the Minga. And they have a great feast called a coranto, and they dance a waltz. So, now, when the inhabitants of Chiloe Island have unwanted supernatural house guests, they just get their neighbours to pull the house with cattle, and the bemused spirit is left behind. What conclusion did the great biologist Stephen Jay Gould draw from a lifetime study of fish?
Oh.
Yeah.
They haven't got any legs.
Is that his lifetime study?
Well, no, it wasn't his lifetime study of a fish.
Yeah.
After a while, they smell.
He's a bit thick, and he just stared at me, and they haven't got any legs.
Starfish don't have brains. It's the kind of Louis Walsh of the aquatic world. They really don't have brains, they're starfish.
And they're not really fish, are they, starfish, to be honest?
Well, the word fish is in there, which kind of qualifies them, I think.
Well, is a starfish a fish? Is a jellyfish a fish?
Well, yeah,
cuttlefish a fish?
Yes,
I
believe. But the starfish...
crayfish is a lobster.
There's a division, isn't there, in the world, whether it should be down to sort of experts in biology, whether things are fish, or whether it should be down to menus.
Yes.
Certainly, for example, a crayfish comes under fish in a menu.
He looks like he's reading the sell-by date on that.
He does, doesn't he? Stephen Jay Gould was very great. He's dead now. He's very great. He won a Nobel Prize. He was a paleontologist and an extraordinary biologist. And he came to a conclusion which is...
They can feel no love.
No, that they... that there is no such thing as a fish. A fish has no biological meaning. There is just...
Well, so I'm absolutely right. Go with menus.
On a menu it does. But in a menu, a fish is not the same as shellfish or seafood, is it?
It often comes in the same bit and separate from pudding.
Things that live in the sea.
Fish and a pudding are different.
Yeah.
How can something not be something? Something can't be not something, can it? But if you've created a something, then something has to be that something, otherwise you haven't created a something. So it has to be a fish if there is the idea of a fish in the first place.
I swear there's a philosophy somewhere.
Slow down, Plato.
There's some sort of ontological argument going there, and of course to us that we use the word fish. But biologically speaking, a salmon is more related to, say, a camel than it is to a hagfish. Like, there are lots of things that fly, like a bumblebee flies, a vulture flies, and there are flying lizards. They're not all birds.
No.
But we call things that swim in the sea fish, and actually, biologically, evolutionarily, they have absolutely nothing to do with each other at all. So, after a lifetime study of fish, biologist Stephen Jay Gould concluded that there's no such thing as a fish. Would you believe that they put a man on the moon?
Who? Who, these guys?
NASA.
Oh, NASA. Yes, yeah, I think they put a man
You
on the
believe
moon.
that?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yes, you believe it. Good, that's all. That's sort of all at the end of the question, really. But you probably know that quite a lot of people don't believe it.
No.
Yeah, but, well, I sort of believe one thing.
Yeah.
Which is I kind of believe that they might have done some mocked-up fake photographs.
Really, why?
Because I was showing... Someone convinced me of it.
Yeah.
by talking about the angle of light and the shadows on the moon and all that. But then I did an advert with Patrick Moore, and I said, so, Patrick, did they land on the moon? And he looked so annoyed with me.
Yeah.
Actually, he explained to me how he had helped map the moon for NASA, and he'd spent years on the project, and the landing site was partly his idea, and if I ever spoke to him again, he was going to be sick in my eyes.
They are rather tight. If you'd spoken to Buzz Aldrin, he might have punched you.
I was going to say...
Buzz Aldrin punched someone because he just got so tired of these conspiracy arses.
I think it was a television documentary about...
Well, there have been several, of course.
You know, look at this photo. This couldn't possibly have been taken on the moon. This is obviously taken in a studio.
You're getting me started now, because everyone gets very sort of strange about this. But there are a lot of conspiracies. 6% of Americans believe that man didn't land on the moon, but 25% of Britons believe that they didn't. So that's a quarter of our nation are not convinced, apparently.
That's so depressing.
Isn't it?
It is.
The flag, it's one of the thing I read...
the flag is another thing,
yes.
yes.
The flag, and you think,
but there it is.
Well, obviously they've starched the flag because they wanted to get a good photograph of it. They've stiffened the flag.
No, they haven't stiffened it. That's the point. The fact it's rumpled. There's no breath of wind out there, obviously, because you're in space, which is, as it were, a vacuum. But what there is movement. If you impart movement to something, it doesn't stop moving for a long time because there's nothing to... There's no resistance against it. So they unpacked it, unfurled it, put it down, and it moved back and forth. People said, breeze. Ha-ha. As if, A, they would be stupid enough to fake it and allow the tape that had the breeze in it to go out.
But also, if you went to the moon, the least you'd expect is a flag moved a bit strangely. You know what I mean? You expect him to make the soup dragon, you think, OK, he's not there. The flag moves a bit strangely, I can go with that.
Yeah. Why isn't one of them holding up a camera? Because you can see him reflected, the one taking the picture's reflected in the visor of the one, and he's not holding up a camera like that, you see. But that's because they didn't, in the visors, put a camera up in front of their visor. They were mounted.
You couldn't really actually imagine them getting a camera out, click,
like that,
wind it up.
I'd like to go to the moon.
You would like?
Oh,
yeah, I'd like to do that.
Yeah. I mean, two of the other things, just in case people are saying, but you haven't mentioned the clincher. One was the idea that below the lunar module that landed, there was no crater or sense of disturbed dust. The fact is, the engine's cut off and it hovered down and it very, very quickly landed. And unlike in science fiction films, it doesn't send out spears of flame as it descends. That just didn't happen. So,
because it was designed by, you know, human brains and geniuses, and not a lot of people sitting tapping away at the internet who've got to go up to work in the morning.
Yeah,
who do you trust here?
We are in trouble as a species if people refuse to believe in things that they couldn't actually do themselves.
That's so true. Yeah. That's so true. And the other one was the footprints. They said, oh, look, there's too much moisture because look how clear they are. Only a sort of caked mud could do that, but actually you could do that with flour. The fact is, it's just very fine ground, and it makes... And there's, of course, it's a vacuum again. It coheres. And the other thing with the mirrors that Apollo 12 astronauts put on the moon, which are now used for bouncing lasers off, for detecting, for example, how far the moon is getting away from us. And you can make incredibly accurate measurements because of mirrors on the surface of the moon. And perhaps, to me, the clinching one is that America's enemy at the time in the space race was the Soviet Union. And not once did they make a suggestion that they thought America hadn't done it. They never said, no, we know this was hoax.
Yeah.
The fact is, for every ill-conceived argument that the moon landings were a hoax, there's a perfectly logical explanation to put our minds at rest.
Thanks for watching.
The best way to weigh your own head? Any thoughts?
Well, cut it off, obviously, would be...
Yes, but then someone else could weigh it, but you couldn't, you see? That would be the problem. You wouldn't... And the question was...
Because you introduced us, and I normally introduce me last...
Yeah.
It slightly caught me out, and I was applauding myself.
I'm
Davies!
That's what...
And I was applauding myself insincerely.
That's what Soviet leaders do, isn't it? Or chimpanzees. Yeah. One or the other. Yeah.
Why would you want to weigh your own head? It's a sort of a boys' thing, isn't it? You can imagine some poor woman married to a scientist and she's at home and she's wormed the dog and fed the children and got everything sorted and her husband gets home and goes, good news, dear, I've weighed my own head.
I grant you, it may not seem like the most useful thing to do, but it does employ interesting scientific ideas on which we all depend.
Is it that thing that David Frost used to tell that joke for years and years? The, do you want to lose 12 pounds of unsightly fat? Cut off your head.
Is that his joke?
He used to tell that a lot, yeah.
What is one of the most famous ancient moments of scientific discovery?
Well,
Archimedes. Is it Archimedes in the bath?
Archimedes in the bath. Now, tell me, what did Archimedes do and why did he...
Please, so would you have to put your head in the bucket?
Oh, right. Oh, is that right?
I have no idea.
Yes, join in.
I was going to weigh myself, go to the swimming baths.
Yeah.
Right, and bob, and then get people to feed me until I sank. And then come back out and weigh myself again.
Yeah.
And
that sounds much more scientific.
So by displacement of the water, you can tell...
Yeah, you take a big bucket and you fill it full of water and you drop your head in, and because water and the density of your head are about the same, you get a very close approximation by the amount of water that you displace.
You could put apples in to make it
You could bob for apples to make it fairer, yes.
And what did your head weigh when you tried this?
What would you say is the average weight? The University of Sydney has a department where they weigh heads quite a lot, and they have a pretty good average.
By dunking them in buckets, do they?
They don't actually dunk them in buckets.
Is it 12 pounds?
It's 4.5 to 5 kilos, which is...
I have no idea.
Well, that's
5 kilos is 11
kilos.
Not far. Yeah. 2.2...
It's about 12 pounds.
Yeah, it's about 12 pounds. Well done. I'm going to give you a point for 12 pounds, John.
It appears I've negotiated some points.
Surely you should give those points to David Frost, who thought of the 12 pounds in the first place.
Well, that's true. Or who's
Only
right
he
he
hadn't
did.
cut his head off.
Yeah.
What if you get an air pocket in your ears?
A pocket?
You know, the air pockets?
Yes, but the air cavities are cancelled out.
Take your fingers
by
out,
the...
you won't hear the answer.
The bones, you have bones that are denser than water and air pockets that are lighter than water, and together it does seem that the head averages about water, so it's a good displacement test. But there is a modern piece of technology that can do it to frightening degrees of accuracy.
Bound to be a laser or something like that.
No, it's a CAT scan, a CT, and they can tell the density of every little tiniest part of the brain and the skull and all the rest of it, and tot it all up.
My dad's got heavy eyes.
Has he now?
Yeah.
Have you weighed his eyes? Or
No, we've not weighed him, but he's very fearful of leaning forward.
Do they come
It's
out?
a sleigh. He doesn't like...
crash through his
Doesn't like leaning forward. He thinks they're going to come out.
Like on springs, like those things you can buy.
No, we got rid of novelty, Dad. This is mental, Dad.
Do you know, my grandfather had 2 glass eyes, and yet he could see. So what happened was he's sad. He lost one eye, but he wasn't careless. He was ill, and he had a glass eye made, which was perfect, exactly like his other perfectly working blue Scandinavian eye. And then he had one made that was bloodshot, and it was known as Grandpa's party eye. And he kept it in a box on the mantelpiece. And when he was going out for the evening, he'd take out the false blue one, he'd put in the bloodshot one, and he'd say, "I'm going out now, and I shan't be back till they match."
Oh, that's brilliant! Fantastic. And I seem to remember you
I
telling
thought
me...
he had 2 glass eyes like that.
I know, that would be silly.
Did he have a hole at the back where somebody put that? Was your granddad Nookie Burr?
On the subject of heads, do you know anything about Sir Francis Drake? No, I don't mean Sir Francis Drake. But as I've mentioned him, do you know anything about him?
Something to do with bowling.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He was in the Navy.
Let's move on from Francis Drake. Thanks for ringing up. What do you know about Sir Walter Raleigh?
He invented the bicycle.
His wife carried his head around in a bag for more than 30 years after he died.
Excellently
A velvet
correct.
bag.
In a velvet bag.
A red velvet bag, yes. So Walter was executed. And,
See why John had to invent a show for this kind of information.
Yes, exactly.
He carries around with him.
You carried around much as Lady Raleigh carried around the head.
It was on Buzzcocks last week.
Was it?
What sort of a bag? Was it a sealed bag? Like a
It was a sort of velvet...
like a cool box?
I don't know. People did keep heads.
I bet it was a few years before anybody wanted to sit next to her at dinner.
Oh, no, Lady Raleigh, I'm
Yes,
sure
do you
that's
not
true.
think?
Oh, I'm sure.
People go, "Oh, she's not going to bring the head, is she?"
Very fine. Don't know how we got there, but like many of the questions in tonight's show, there's no one correct answer, but dunking your head in a bucket might be a good start. Once he'd conquered Everest, what did Edmund Hillary do for an encore?
He had a massive teeth off with Sherpa tensing. I can notice no other consequence. Oh, my teeth have grown. Look at my teeth. It's mine too, Edmund. Mine
Look
too.
at this. Ready? Ready?
You do look like him.
Did he become a Welsh comedian?
Me or him?
Hey.
No, I do look a bit like him, actually, but you can't... There's not a lot you can do with it.
Not really.
You've got to do a Kiwi accent.
Yeah, I mean, I've climbed a few mountains in my time, sure I have, but it's not something I like to go on a bit. I'm struggling because...
These are going to work there, right?
Oh, sorry, I apologise. I apologise to any New Zealanders.
No, no,
He's trying to do the fish and chips.
The Australians, they don't say Elvis, they say Ilvis.
Yeah.
Ilvis.
Yeah. And I heard that New Zealanders are traditionally quite sort of puritanical, and it's quite hard for them even to say the word six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, I can't say it. 6. There's a famous graffiti that was seen in Melbourne, which was looked like a rugby score. It's Australia 6, New Zealand 7, which, of course, they would pronounce as Australia sucks, New Zealand's heaven. You see? Isn't that clever?
It doesn't really travel, does it?
No, it doesn't. No.
I should tell you, when this photograph was taken, I'll never forget it, we'd had a wonderful day, and I'd just said a lovely joke to my good friend there next to me, and as you can see, he was pissing himself laughing.
And his name was?
His name was Bert.
His name was?
Sherpa tensing.
Sherpa tensing Norgay.
Well, yes, but to his friends.
Isn't it cheating having somebody carry your luggage for you?
No. Now, which one of them got to the peak first?
Sherpa.
No.
No?
Hillary.
Edmund Hillary.
Edmund Hillary got there first. And not only that,
Are they racing?
No, they're not at all. They were friends. And Tenzing Norgay wrote in his autobiography that Hillary got to the top first, and that Hillary said, no, we tell everybody we got there together. Then the King of Nepal said in a rather angry statement, everybody knows that Sherpa Tenzing got there first, and Hillary didn't say a word. He didn't correct him. He was very noble about it.
Yes.
And he actually devoted most of his life to raising money for the Nepalese people. 25 schools, his charity and everything. So he was a very good man. But what did he do after Everest?
He went to the bottom of the sea.
No.
Did he climb something else?
No, he didn't. Well, he sort of did, because it was in the Himalayas, but he went on an expedition.
He took an incredible challenge that tested the extremes of physical endurance.
Not really. It was a bit of a wild goose chase.
Was he looking for the yeti?
He was looking for the yeti. He went on a yeti hunt. He concluded that the thing didn't exist, but this is him preparing, looking slightly less like Rob in that angle.
Who does he look like there? Edmund Hillary.
Edmund Hillary, basically,
He does look awkward. He does look like, yes, I am going to marry her because I love her.
I'm standing by her.
In that picture, I look more like the chap in the drawing, actually.
Does he really think that it existed? I mean,
He wanted to settle the matter, or at least to attempt to settle the matter, and of course they didn't find the one. But one thing that they discovered, because is this footprint business, and in shadows, a fox print is small, but as it gets into a sunny area, it gets elongated as it melts along, and a human footprint can go up to 21 inches, and that seems to be an explanation for some of the footprint stories. It's simply that.
they're like the crop circles of the Himalayas, aren't
Kind
they?
of are. On the other hand, to be fair, one of the members said we were probably too noisy because they didn't see a snow leopard, and we know snow leopards do exist. So it doesn't prove that they do.
Are you suggesting only an expedition that was fantastically quiet might find it?
Well, what I'm saying... yes, basically.
Lost their mobile signal. And hello, yeah, we're nearly at the top. You're breaking up, sorry.
We're looking for the yeti!
Actually, ironically, you get fantastic mobile coverage, and you're up high up mountains. If you ever go on a skiing holiday, oh, good God, what's that?
An artist's impression of a thing that doesn't exist. That's what some people
Edmund
thought the
Hillary
yeti might look like.
after looking for a yeti for 20 years.
Some people thought that actually they were on a spying mission because two of the people that were with him were rocket experts, and that they were spying on Chinese rocket installations in Tibet. Who knows?
What we think that might still... Some people now think that may
Yes,
have
they
been
still
what they
think
were
that's
doing. Oh, right.
actually what they were doing, yeah. So, there you are. That's basically the answer. He went to look for a yeti after conquering Everest in '53. Edmund Hillary went in search of the abominable snowman. What is the roundest thing in the universe? Yeah.
No, just saying.
Oh, no, Phil. Not at all.
You should see it. The roundest thing in the universe.
Yeah.
Ball bearings.
Ball bearings are quite round, but
I swallowed a ball bearing.
The roundest... you mean smoothest, most...
Well, the most purely round, in other words. Because if you... Well...
The Earth is thingy, is it squashed? It's not round.
Not
No, that's right, it's an oblate spheroid.
Oh, Nelly Furtado! He's got a word for everything.
Is it a liquid drop, a water drop?
They can get jolly round. They can be very round. Very nice. We're actually further out of space than Earth, beyond Earth. It's a cosmic phenomenon.
Is it a black hole?
It's that kind of a deal.
Oh, it's those space helmets, those big round helmets with the things on the top.
Is it the thing called the genius point? Is it the point at to which everything goes to ultimately?
Not that. It's when a supernova has a gravitational collapse, it turns into something called a neutron star.
No,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, the neutron star.
They're really round.
That's not round!
No, that's not... That's a supernova, I think. That's a supernova. Going supernova.
Then show us the round thing!
He's very upset, aren't you?
Yes!
It only has a diameter of about 15 miles or so, and there isn't one near enough for you to be able to see it with the naked eye.
Have you ever noticed how we always have to take Stephen's word for it?
But what's interesting is that if I had a thimbleful of a neutron star, it would weigh more than a mountain.
Yeah, but you don't.
Yeah. All right.
tell you what, imagine how confused the old woman darning your socks would be if you had a thimble full of it. She was just trying to fix a hole, and it was all space and time coming out with a thimble. That's no way to treat the elderly.
You're right.
So you put a thimble down and no one could pick it up?
No one at all.
And when you've got a good cleaning lady, you want to hang on to them. You don't want to mess it around. I'm leaving, Mr. D. Why? Well, because of all this space business with your thimbles. I don't like it.
It might have double the mass of the sun, but it's only 15 miles across, roughly. And the highest mountain on it weighs 5 millimetres, so it is superbly round.
highest
because
mountain is...
as opposed to the Earth, which, although the Earth is jolly round, apart from the flat bits at the top, the point about the Earth is it's actually jolly smooth compared to, say, a billiard ball.
Smoother than a ping-pong ball, isn't
Yes,
it?
now why is that a snooker ball...
I'm sorry, I did not know there would be a follow-up question.
Yeah.
why is the Earth...
If you were to scale up a snooker ball to the size of the Earth, the mountains and trenches would be hugely greater than our highest mountains or deepest trenches, i.e. the little pits that you can see when you examine a snooker ball closely, if scaled up to the size of the Earth, would be gigantic. So the Earth, in that sense, is smoother than a billiard ball. When did slavery become a criminal offence in England? It was not in the 19th
one of these odd little new labour laws in about 1996, 7, 8.
What an odd law to outlaw slavery. It's political correctness gone mad.
I mean odd in the sense that it's a bit late.
Yes, that's exactly right. It was 1807 when the slave trade was ended, and then finally in 1834 it was illegal anywhere in the British Empire to own a slave. It has never been illegal to have a slave in England until April 2010. I'm saying I could have had you as a slave legally.
You mean this series I'm finally free?
Yes!
But you know what? I mean, one of those slaves who just goes back to the master. I don't know what to do. I work for you anyway, please.
I'll tell you one thing is that there are now estimated to be 27 million people held in, essentially in bondage, in slavery on this planet.
But the show will be over soon, you can go.
Yeah.
Right now?
More than there ever were in the days of cotton picking and so on.
27 million?
27 million.
In the world?
Yeah, that is the estimate. It's pretty grim problem still, slavery. The point is, it was never illegal in England because it was never recognised as a state of being.
Oh, there's all kinds of... I wish I'd known that.
There were laws against kidnapping and abduction and false imprisonment and sexual trafficking and all the other things that we might associate with slavery. But it was not illegal for one human to own another human, which it now is.
So this is a law this isn't one of those laws where they thought, oh, that needs clearing up. It's a loose end from history.
It kind of was. In 1967, there were a number of obsolete crimes that were taken care of. Barratry had been illegal right up to 1967, which is vexatious lawsuits.
Oh,
okay.
Building of
vexatious lawsuits.
Yeah, what they call a vexatious litigant. Somebody just keeps...
Dorothy Squires.
Yes.
Dorothy Squires, the singer Dorothy Squires, towards the end of her life, when she did have a mania, but she was probably the last person to be done for vexatious litigants.
And if you kept prosecuting someone for it, you'd be prosecuting them.
Yourself?
Yeah, well, it's completely... Anyway, there's scolding. Scolding was a crime in 1966, but not in 1967.
With hot water, you mean?
No, not scalding. Scalding. Scalding!
That was a crime.
You! What time of the night do you call this, Eddie Izzard?
12.
Yes.
12:30 or
Well, I'll give you a good scolding.
And that was illegal?
That was illegal.
Illegal?
Yeah.
And now it's legal?
Eavesdropping was illegal. Challenging someone to a fight was also illegal until 1967.
What about going round and round and roundabout more than 3 times?
It certainly wouldn't have been a medieval law, would it?
Well, I don't know, and if you're in a horse and cart, you have a couple of hours spare.
On a medieval roundabout.
On a medieval roundabout.
Yes. Anyway, there you are. Due to a quirk of English law, it only became a criminal offence to keep a slave in the year 2010, so you just missed your chance. An Englishman and a Frenchman were drilling a tunnel under the channel. Who made sure they met in the middle?
They all really dress. Right?
The Frenchman is called Philippe Creuset, and the Englishman is called Graham Fagg. And they did meet in the middle. I mean, they were like just like 300-odd millimetres out. I mean, it was extraordinary how accurate it was. But what would they use to know exactly
sonar, I would imagine.
Shouting?
Sonar. Not shouting, no. Just...
We are here! Oh, we've gone past you! We've gone past you!
That's the worry.
Coming back!
So then they would just say, no, it's 2 tunnels. One
Yeah.
We'll keep going, we'll keep going. Have you read Birdsong by Sebastian
Indeed,
Faulks?
yes.
It's all about tunnelling.
The saps, yeah.
It's a brilliant book.
It is
but they would tunnel underneath the enemy trenches, plant explosives, and then... But of course, the other side were doing the same thing, so they would be... It's a brilliant novel. They're in the tunnel, and everyone has to be completely quiet, and they can hear the Germans tunnelling. And they think, are they going to let their bomb off? Are we going to let our bomb off? I can't... See how quiet it's gone? That's how good the book is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what happens.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
It is.
Be a Scot, be an engineer.
It wasn't a Scot, I'm
come
afraid
on,
to say.
it
You'd
must
think it would be.
Is that Superman up the top there?
It is Superman. Well spotted.
What's going on?
Yeah. They were told to wear high-visibility clothing, and he did.
Yeah. No, he came straight from a party the night before.
I think he did. Obviously, it was some celebration there.
That machine that they used, they had it at the side of the motorway for ages after they'd finished the tunnel. It had a large sign on the side of it, just said, "One careful owner."
The French rather sweetly gave them names. Brigitte, Europa, Catherine, Virginie, Pascaline and Séverine, and they, after the tunnel, they dismantled them and rebuilt them and, you know, kept them. And the British didn't give them names, rather dully, and they made the machines burrow themselves into the ground where they just left them.
That says it all, doesn't it?
Oh.
I'm ashamed. I'm faintly ashamed.
So who did get them to meet in the middle?
A German invented a machine to do it. And the machine is called a gyrotheodolite, because the problem is you can't know where you are underground because you can't use a compass because of the magnetic ore in...
Or GPS.
Or GPS, because you haven't got line of sight, obviously, with the...
Turn left.
Yeah. So it uses being a gyrotheodolite...
Do a U-turn when possible.
When possible.
Yes.
Please do a U-turn.
You are under the sea.
Yeah. But no, it was... what would a gyrotheodolite use to find out where you are or where north is? So gyro means...
Revolving.
Revolving. It's the rotation of the Earth. Feels that. So it can work out where north is.
Oh,
So
why don't you just ask Superman?
Yeah, you just ask Superman, who has a little place in the North
Superman's
Pole.
got a hard hat. Come on, you're the man of steel. Not too careful.
Yeah. So it was a German invention. His name was Max Schuler.
So they had one at each... What, the French had one of these machines and the British had one of these
They
machines?
didn't meet halfway, however. Who had got furthest, the French or the English?
Oh, the English, surely.
No, we got further.
It was the French,
Yeah.
because the English were wandering about disposing of the earth out the bottom of their trousers. Making sure nobody could see. Just past the guy vaulting the horse, we'll be fine, come on.
we got further.
Yes, but not because the French were lazy and work-shy.
Well, they were talking to their machines, weren't they?
Or
My
because
beautiful machine.
They had geological difficulties their end.
Oh, we are
supposedly.
experiencing geological difficulties at the moment, mon petit cher, but soon it will all be good. No, they're giving the names.
Let's see English does it work.
Yeah.
Remind me, Stephen, of the German who made, what was it, a gyroscopic theodolite?
Yes.
Because I've got to say, a brilliant invention, but not a huge market.
No, you're right. That's unfortunately true. There's just not enough tunnels being built there.
They have sold two.
Yeah.
All going very well.
Yeah.
We were hoping for sales of one, but they're selling two.
There was a man called Colonel Barrog who could have used it in India when they were doing a tunnel for the railway there, and they missed, and he went home and shot himself. He was so ashamed.
Did he hit?
Yeah.